Now, yours is an educated group of people that you're marketing towards. Now,
I feel like the educated are the ones with the most familial disconnect.
really? Tell me more.
You have a great relationship with your kids.
And you have no education.
It's because you're an idiot. It's because you're stupid.
This is the Snowball Effect. You're listening to the Marketing Playbook series, presented by the Snowball Effect podcast. It's growth done right.
Hey, this is Todd, and welcome to the Snowball Effect. We're going to have a lot of fun today because I have 3 marketing challenges for my 2 guests. But first, I want to introduce those guests. First, we have Christian Jones. Christian, tell them who you are and what you do.
I'm Christian Jones. I'm the COO over here at Snowball, and I get to sit next to Chad and Todd every day, which makes me the luckiest man in the world.
That was a good way to start. Okay, over here on this side, we've got Chad Zollinger. Who are you and what do you do here?
As you can see from Christian's introduction, he's the nicest person in the world. I am essentially the exact opposite.
Got to know the bitter to know the sweet.
This is going to be good. I'm the demand creation manager at Snowball. Just get the word out about Snowball, and I'm excited to be here.
It's great to have you. So I'm really excited about this, Christian and Chad, because what we're going to do is I'm going to have a lot of fun at your expense. I have got three marketing challenges that I'm going to throw at you. I'll give you a little bit of prep time for each of these. And then after each challenge, I get to be judge, jury, and executioner. I am going to award points. And good luck figuring out what criteria I use.
I just want to know when the executioner part comes in.
And so I'm going to award points at the end of each round. When we're all done, we're going to tally them up, and I'm going to announce a winner. So, you game?
Do you have like criteria that you're following, or?
The criteria is nestled deep in my brain,
Okay,
and you will
so
never figure out what that criteria is.
We don't know what we need to do in order to win.
You have no idea what you need to do.
I just wish I knew what middle-aged white men want. But I do.
You both know me a little bit, but what I'm looking for here is just, I'm looking for the next great marketer.
Oh, good.
That's what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going to be basing this on, is what does Todd consider a really awesome marketer? Before I introduce you into this gauntlet, I want to have a little warm-up question just to get the juices flowing. There's no points tallied during this portion, but just to get the juices flowing. So a quick warm-up question. Christian, imagine a world where you are a really talented marketer.
Done.
For a ladies' deodorant. You are a marketer at a company that sells women's deodorant, and you have an opportunity to whisper a phrase in the ear of the customer right before she decides which deodorant to buy. Okay. What is that phrase?
Real quick, do I have to whisper?
You have
Okay, because that changes entirely what I say, because it's just
No.
a sensual.
It's always gonna be
It's
creepy.
mildly sensual and majorly creepy to whisper anything into a person's ear, into a strain. Okay, let me think. I have to go fast. Just go for it.
Yeah, just go.
Your eyes can't love what your nose hates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
I might buy that deodorant.
All right, Chad. Same basic premise. You are a talented, world-class marketer, but you work for a kitty litter company. And you have the opportunity as the marketer for this kitty litter brand to whisper a phrase in the ear of a customer before they decide.
Hide your shit here.
Oh no, it's got to be the customer. I was targeting the cat. Okay, no.
Let your cat hide their shit.
That was incredible. Ooh, that was a good warm-up round for you because you had something for the end user and you had something for the person who's actually purchasing.
Yeah, no, that's kind of
got-
what talented marketers do. They think of the entire thing.
I thought we weren't doing points, but it feels like you gave more points than me.
I'm not giving any points.
Okay, it just felt like that.
Well, first of all, I wasn't told that I need to whisper. I just knew that instinctively.
Let's get going with our first challenge, all right? What I want you to both do is look under your chair and you are going to see a prop. And welcome to our first challenge that I like to call Prop-a-ganda. Show your prop to the camera, Christian. There we go. We've got a red stapler. And Chad, what you got?
And I've got a globe.
Chad and Christian, you are a world-class marketer for one of the greatest companies that there's ever been. Uncrustables.
Changed the game.
They've changed lives, really, just with Uncrustables. So you are a marketer for Uncrustables, and they are launching their new grape flavor. All right? We're just in the world of imagination, like Willy Wonka here. What were you going to say?
Does it have peanut butter in there too? Is it just grape?
No, it's peanut butter, but with the new flavor.
So there's nothing I could do for you if it's just grape jelly.
So this is what I want you to do. You are creating a billboard using your prop as the primary focus of your billboard, but there's a twist. Chad, your billboard can use no words. Christian,
Pictures only.
your billboard can only use words. That's great. All right? So starting with you. And you have 2 minutes to create your concept, and then we're going to come back and you're going to present that concept. All right? So this is going to be good. I'm giving you 2 minutes.
What does the stapler have to? Okay, tell me again. The Crustable stapler. What's
You're the marketer here.
So I just have to find a way to integrate everything that's makes a stapler into an ad for an Uncrustables.
You have to use words only on a billboard with stapler as your primary focus to sell the new grape Uncrustable.
Mine is way easier.
It's in the eye of the beholder. So Uncrustable.
2 minutes?
You have 2 minutes to prepare. Go.
Hi, I'm Carl. Get ready for a snowball ad that our CEO is forcing us to include in order to justify this nonsensical podcast. You know those times when your waiter gives you your food and says, "Enjoy the meal," and you respond, "You too"? Then there's an awkward silence that you just kind of got to sit in, like a dirty diaper. That's kind of how we feel when home service companies don't have a referral program. Did you know that new customers are 5 times more likely to leave a referral than legacy customers? That means an active referral program is a must. Schedule a demo to learn more. Back to you, Todd. You sexy, sexy beast.
All right, welcome back. Our 2 marketers have been busily just writing ideas. It's like that movie Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe where it just I can see
Average minds.
Yeah. This is Average Minds. So, all right. So, I'm driving down the freeway and I see a billboard and you want to make me want the new grape Uncrustable so I can buy it for my kids. I can buy it for my loved ones. I can buy it for my coworkers. All right, Chad, you can't use words, images only.
Should I try to show the camera? I don't know if it's going to see it.
Let's do it.
Anyways, I don't know if you can see that. But what I've got here is the Uncrustable is like a UFO, okay, because it's got a UFO shape. Christian, do you see that? And the world, the Uncrustable is sucking up the world, like it's taking over the world.
Wait.
UFOs.
Give us the visual here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I could just do this. So the billboard is like of the universe. It's got the stars in the sky and the moon in the background. And you see the Uncrustable right here. And it is beaming up the entire world because it's taking over the world.
To me, it might look like the Uncrustable is attacking the world. How do you make it clear that it's not just destroying us?
That's a good point. That's a pretty good point. I didn't think of that.
It's hard to the beam you up, whatever that is, could also look a lot like just a photon laser destroying the world. It's got to be very clear that people are being sucked up. And then either way, it's kind of like, well, why is the Uncrustable taking my kids? Where's Jimmy going?
Either way, it'll get attention. Either way.
That's the first.
How are you going to draw out the grape? The grape element. This is the new.
You didn't tell me I had to do that.
I absolutely
You said it was a grape flavor. You didn't say the billboard had to advertise it.
Introducing the new grape flavor.
The beams is purple.
There you go. Problem solved. There you go. Well done, Chad. Well done.
I can't use words. I just said burps. You can't use words. What am I supposed to do with that?
So, all right. That's a pretty good one. All right? Because he also took your questions and answered them.
Well, and here's
Your
the thing.
critiques.
His visual was fantastic. Because to me, that would take me 2 minutes just to draw that. He came up with the idea and drew it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Mad props. I'm not gonna trash talk him.
All right.
I respect him.
Just to review, you've got to do the same thing. You've got to sell passersby on the new grape Smucker's Uncrustable using only words. Go.
So I'll tell you my first idea, the one I had about 30 seconds in, that I was just like, I'm done. And then I said it out loud in my head. That makes sense. And it wasn't very good. So my first idea was more of a staple than a staple at staplers. More of a staple than a staple at staplers.
At what point are you introducing the Uncrustable, though?
So more of a staple.
Uncrustable.
Stapler at Staples.
More of a staple than a staple at Staples.
All right, that was your first one. That was your first round.
The store, yeah. There's a store.
Yeah, called
That's what you
Staples.
felt- yeah.
It's like Office Max or Office
Exactly,
Depot.
but Uncrustable can be more of a staple to your life than a staple.
That's pretty
at
fun.
It's a
Staples.
staple of your
That's
diet.
pretty funny. We're giving you something very difficult.
It's okay. And then I had an idea, I think are really funny. Have you ever seen the Venn diagrams where they have, the circles where they overlap and they just show pairings between things? Yeah.
Sounds like those aren't words, but
Well, they're words with a circle around them. So let's
So words with a shape around them.
okay, let's not call them circles. Let's call them big ass O's.
Is that what your billboard says? Big assos.
So my idea was you had a Venn diagram and you had staplers on one end and Uncrustables on the middle. And in the middle, it just says a perfect pairing that you want to sink your teeth into. Because, as you know, the stapler, that little thing, these are called the teeth of a staple. And how this brings two perfect
brings
things
things
together. And an Uncrustable is the perfect pairing of grape and peanut butter that you want to sink your teeth into, just as you put two pairings together.
I don't know if I'm passing that on a freeway that I would understand all of that in 2 seconds.
But that's the cool thing about a Venn diagram is it's meant to be like, quickly see two disparate things. And
yeah. I would be thinking about it for the next 3 minutes. I would be like, what the hell was that billboard?
And you know what? That does it, right? That's the old Domo billboard idea where they're stupid, but you remember them.
And you wake up in the dead of night and you're like, oh, teeth, in a staple.
I want people to wake up at 2 a.m. and be like,
And that's right when they want.
an Uncrustable.
So actually, I've heard about it. I wonder if you've heard of this. That perfume commercials, they're always super weird? Yeah. I've heard that perfume commercials are always super weird because they're supposed to be only understandable to the elite. They're purposefully weird and vague. So you're looking at you furrow your brow after this commercial, what the hell was that? Why did it end with a guy diving into the ocean? Because they're trying to be on purpose.
They're catering to a sophisticated.
It's sophisticated, only the upper
where
class
they
will
project
understand it.
meaning into the commercial.
So that's kind of what you're doing with the Venn
I hate that idea. That only rich people will be like, oh,
That's
They
what
don't
you're
necessarily
doing.
have to be rich. Maybe they're just super sophisticated.
sophisticated.
and
Be like, oh, I get it. I understand why Keira Knightley's an archer. Shooting a glass tabletop with love. And that makes sense to me. I remember at Princeton, we learned about this. That's dumb.
It's the same thing as you just came up with. Oh, stapler, the teeth.
I don't know. I think it made sense. I would like to get more points.
You were going for an elite, really
Yeah,
sophisticated.
mine makes sense to people who
You know,
understand staplers.
market.
So I'm the blue collar, I staple things. Yeah. Because as we know, most blue collar jobs.
You staple stuff. All right. Okay. So first round, propaganda. I'm saying 2 points go to you because there's a series. This is.
Okay.
I'm going. Don't celebrate yet.
I'm putting notes down.
Okay, you get 2 points because you walked me through the creative process and you discarded a bad idea. I like that. Minus 3 points because I don't have time for that crap.
You don't have time for what?
You walking me through your whole process.
I'm sorry.
So that comes to a net of negative 1 point. And but 2 points because you had an extra hard concept, but minus 1 point off of that. This is how it goes.
That brings me back to 0.
No, I think you're still plus 1. Minus 1 point because all I could think of was biting into an Uncrustable and sinking my teeth into
And
a staple.
being the perfect pairing.
No, it sounds like my gums are going to be punctured. So that gives you a grand total, if my head math is correct, of 1 point. That's respectable. That's a respectable start. All right, Chad, over here.
I'm afraid of this.
Visuals off the charts.
So
he drew it.
in the scenario where he could only use pictures and I could only use words, he's getting points for having visuals. Oh,
His visuals were way better than yours.
do I get points
Your
for letters?
visuals sucked.
How about letters? Do I get
No,
points for that?
because that was part of the challenge.
Actually, I
but
feel
your
like-
visuals sucked.
Just 1 point for Christian from me. I don't know if you'll.
Oh, are
you'll
you going to
authorize-
gift a point?
No. If I don't know if you'll authorize this, but the big O's getting around that.
That was pretty clever.
Is very clever.
That was pretty clever.
Thank you.
That was very.
I'm taking 1 point off of his visuals and gifting it to you. So you're up to
didn't
2
wanna
points.
take it off of mine.
Sorry, it was
Chad.
your idea. So you're now up to 4.
Wait, he said 4?
Well, I gave him 5 points for the awesome visuals. I gave one of those over to you. You should tell him thank you. You're up to 4 points. And so the first round goes to Chad.
No negative.
No, Chad's was perfect. It was perfect. He's thinking bigger. He's thinking about the entire world. Guess who his market that he's going for? The entire planet.
He definitely didn't talk you through anything, too, so that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next round. All right. The next segment you are going to love because it's called the Marketing Meltdown. I am going to present a question, and you two are going to debate until one of you has a meltdown. That's the premise here.
I feel pretty good about it.
But there is a structure to debates.
It's gonna be me.
This is a debate with structure. All right, and it's a 2x4 structure. That means you have 2 minutes to prepare. You have 2 minutes to present your idea. Then there's going to be 2 minutes where you can crossfire and ask Q&As to each other. And then at the very end, for your final statement, your final pitch, your final argument, you get 2 words.
Yeah.
All right?
I can
So
tell you right
2
now,
minutes
I
to
found out these
prepare.
words are going to be suck.
2 minutes to prepare. 2 minutes to present your idea each. 2 minutes of back and forth Q&A. 2 words to sum up your argument. Okay. Ready? Go.
What is the argument?
So we just.
Go. Go, guys. Questioning the premise of this activity. Minus 2 points. No, here's the premise. Here's the premise, and here.
Just argue now.
You were so clear on all the time. Like, you went over the time 4 times.
That was so funny.
I wanted you to understand the structure. Here's the structure. Okay, marketers worldwide debate this every single day. Google is evil. Evil. All right? So we have for the motion Christian Jones.
Yeah.
Meaning you're going to try to convince us that Google is evil. Against the motion, our kind-hearted and good Chad Zollinger. Ready? Go.
Hi again, it's me. Did you know that if you ask for a review from a customer when they are brand new, they will give you a 150% higher star rating? So get them while they're piping hot and stop waiting around for your customers to go stale, like day-old French fries with hair. Speaking of piping hot, back to you, Todd.
All right, I think I'm ready.
All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Okay, so remember the concept, the item up for debate. Google is evil. For the motion, we have Christian Jones. Against the motion, we have Chad Zollinger. You have 2 minutes to present your opening arguments. Go, Christian.
How much time do we have to do?
You now have 90 seconds
There's a
to
really,
present your opening
if you could stop
arguments.
interrupting me, sir, please. There's a common phrase. Maybe you can finish it for me. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. You know it. Okay. It's very common. Yeah. Google holds absolute power in that they are a monopoly. In fact, that's been proven in court. They've had to pay massive fines because of it. But that monopoly stone has rolled down the mountain. There's no really stopping it. And they hold a monopoly on the market. Thus, they've created an environment where they hold the sweet, tender balls of small businesses in their taloned hands, right? Because, unfortunately, where do consumers go to research? They go to Google. And you have this company that has created an environment, a zero-sum game environment, where there can only be a few winners. And those winners happen to be the companies that have the deepest pockets.
20 seconds.
Google has a motto. You know what it says? Don't be evil. You know, if someone says don't be evil, they're probably evil because they have to wake up every morning and they're like, don't be evil, don't be evil, right? Because they're evil and they're trying to stop themselves, but they can't stop themselves because you know what? They are owned by money. They care about that first. They don't care about small businesses, and they will control the environment to ensure that who's got the deepest pockets gets the most traffic.
Christian, time is up. All right, there is our opening statement by Christian Jones. And Chad Zollinger, your 2 minutes starts right now.
Christian, what's the most difficult question you've ever been asked?
Why is it so big?
Okay. Well, when people have questions, where do they go? They go to Google. And no, what everything. Yeah, you cannot interrupt me.
It's not a meltdown.
Crap. No, I forgot what I was going to say. You messed me up. He messed me up. This has to be a pop.
You asked me a question. I give you an answer.
But then you interrupted me after.
Okay.
When people have these questions, these difficult questions, who am I? Is God real? What do I do next? They go to Google and they come away with answers. All right, Christian? Everything you said is wiped away just because of that. Someone has a question, they come away with answers. Secondly, Christian Jones is a very kind person. Okay. Christian Jones is a very kind person. Because he is so kind, he will tell you only what you want to hear and not the truth. So, when it comes to Google being evil, you can't trust anything Christian says. He said the word probably maybe 4 times during that. Google's probably evil because they wake up in the morning. They don't wake up in the morning. They're a company, okay? The last item I have, no, 2 more items. Well, the second to last, it gave me a career. And it gives millions of other people's careers. Thousands, probably. Maybe not millions. Last item, green initiatives. I just wrote that down. It was like, I assumed they got something going on. Anyways, yeah. The green initiatives, that's it. I'm done.
All right. That was fantastic. Well done, both of you. Well done. Those were your opening statements. And now what we have is 2 minutes of back and forth. For this 2 minutes, you can ask each other questions. You can interrupt. You can interject. And you can try to pull out and get clarification from the other. So you have 2 minutes to ask each other questions, and that time starts right now.
I'd like to lead with the first question to Mr. Zollinger over here. Are you imagining that if Google didn't exist, there would be a vacuum of space in which questions could not be answered? Or do you feel like if Google wasn't there, there would be other players, ideally multiple different players, that would come up and they would fill that space, that vacuum that left by Google?
I think that other people would come up. There would be something else in the place of it.
And do you think that would be a better scenario where you would have multiple different voices, multiple different options where you could go for?
You have that right now. You have Yahoo, you have Bing. Bing is blowing up, okay? It is well known that Google's AI feature is horrendous. They have taken a massive hit in the last year. Google has never been in a worse spot as far as the trend has looked. Okay, because AI is the future. Google's kind of behind all of the other players.
It's amazing, right? Because that we've never been in a better spot with Google being so bad. I think
we've never been in a better spot.
I think with
the world has never been more tumultuous.
I think when it comes to like search engines and things like that, the more diversity, the more players you have in the space, the better we're going to be. So the fact that ChatGPT and other players are coming in and that Google's AI is struggling so far behind is a good thing, because they don't have a monopoly on AI like they have on search engines, like they have on paid search advertising online.
They don't have a paid. I've had success on Bing. I had more success on Bing ads than I did on Google ads.
You are the first person then. This is amazing, great testimonial. That's not true. Because I can tell you right now, if you have more success than Google, it's because on Google you're getting the bottom of the barrel scraps because you don't have the deepest pockets, and so you have to go into look. So don't call success when it's just
time. You have time is up right now. All right, that was our question and answer segment.
Filibuster.
Well done to both of you during the question and answer phase. Now we have our final argument, and we're going to start with Chad, and you have 2 words to make your final argument. Chad, is Google evil?
Does that?
Oh, sorry.
One of those questions has to be, or one of those words. I only get 2 words.
You get 2 words for your final argument against the motion that Google is evil.
Why 2 words? Like I can't.
Because those are the rules.
Okay. Google answers.
Christian.
No, Google listens. Oh, Google listens.
Oh yeah, that's great. They're listening to you. That makes it way better.
All right, Christian, your final argument in 2 words.
Absolute corruption. and if I had a little bit more, what I would say, Google ain't gonna help you.
All right, there we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to now give you the real answer. The real answer is, this is what I get as the judge and jury. I'm going to tell you the real answer, and then I'm going to award points.
Did you have the real answer in place before the argument?
Yeah. Before I even answered the question, before I even asked the question, here's the real answer.
Openly rigged is what this is, Todd. If I had 2 words.
Openly rigged. Is Google evil? Right now, Google is not evil. Shush. Here's why. You're right. Absolute power does corrupt absolutely. They are not absolutely corrupt. For as much power as they have, their level of corruption is relatively low. So I don't think they're evil. That's China notwithstanding, that's antitrust notwithstanding. They could have been way worse with that much power, and they are not. Shush, or I will subtract points. I've got absolute power right now. This is fantastic. All right, but there's a wrinkle. In 5 years, they will be overtly evil. This is why. Because they are finally, with AI, being challenged right where it hurts, and that's on search. They haven't been evil because they've gotten their way with everything. But now you're going to see this desperate, protective beast backed into a corner, and the claws are going to come out. And so you're going to see through YouTube and you're going to see through search that they're going to get way more aggressive and territorial and protective. So right now, not evil. 5 years, watch out. Something wicked this way comes.
You know, I did not expect
So,
that.
bonus point, if you can. So who
Can I refute it?
am
a little
I
bit?
quoting for something wicked this way comes?
Something wicked this way comes.
Harry Potter.
They talk about Harry
Okay,
Potter.
and where does that come from?
It's probably Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
Hamlet?
Shakespeare. That's very good.
Hamlet? Or
Macbeth.
Macbeth. Yeah.
And bonus point, if you can name the author who wrote a book called Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Ray Bradbury.
Oh man, Christian, you are on fire. Okay, now I'm going to award points. Chad was obviously right on the premise.
I'm not going to lie. I did not believe
So
what
he
I was
gets-
saying.
He gets 4 points. He
Said he didn't believe what he was
I am on the side of Google as
He
evil.
automatically wins because he was correct in his answer.
All right.
However, you referenced, like, what was it? The hands with talon fingers? Like,
Visual.
yes, that visual
was nice. I saw
was so good that you actually get 6 points. 6 points.
For the talons, dude.
You were right, but his visual was better.
I had some good moments.
You had good moments.
Google listens and like the people
Yeah,
come
but
up with
you changed
questions
your
and leave
mind.
with answers.
You had Google answers.
all
Ooh,
right.
that was good.
That was good enough.
Google listens though. That
was good enough.
That was the creepy Google of
right.
the
What
future.
did we think about my attacking Christian Jones, his character?
I like the ad hominem.
Okay.
It's encouraged on this show. If you can attack the other person's character, their looks, how they speak, then that's actually really encouraged on this show. All right. So that concludes the marketing meltdown. And I think with my judgment there, you almost had a meltdown. But do you see how that came
No,
back around?
I'm about to. I'm a little upset. I love that you're just like, oh, they could be more corrupt.
Yeah.
So they're not corrupt. It's if a police officer is just mildly corrupt, then it's like, oh, it's okay because he could be a lot more corrupt.
Yeah.
In some positions that you need to be in, there's a zero tolerance for corruption. When you own the dissemination of information online, there is no place for corruption because your corruption can sow seeds that raise great evil plants of the future.
Christian, their motto isn't be perfect. Their motto is don't be evil.
It was.
So
They actually got rid of it because they realized that
that it was self-incriminating.
Don't
They're
be
like, wait a
evil.
minute.
Don't be evil. If you wake up in the morning and be like, don't murder someone, don't murder someone, you've probably murdered someone.
Christian's side.
Now, if their motto was stop being evil, then I would have totally switched
I
my
think the
vote.
fact they have to repeat it and just remind people all the time.
All right, here we go. Third and final round. Y'all ready for this? I'm really excited for this one. The segment is called In a World. I'm going to lay out a scenario for the two of you. I'm going to lay out a business. And both of you have to really just do two things. No time to prep, nothing. By the time I get done describing this business and the problem it solves, you have to come up with a business name and a business tagline. Okay. All right, you ready? Yeah. Here's the business. This is a SaaS company that is selling an app to parents who have teenagers. You see, there's a problem in this world. Communication between parents and their teens, it's broken. And this is why parents will send text messages to their teenagers, and they will get one of two responses. The first response is nothing. They'll get crickets. The second response is some incoherent mumbo jumbo that the parent can't discern. This app will do two things to solve this problem. When you're going to text your teen, it will give you AI-generated suggestions. Here's what you need to tell your teen that will guarantee a response. The second thing that it'll do is when your teen does respond with some incoherent nonsense, it's going to translate it into old person parent speech so you understand your teen better. Christian, what is the name of the company? Chad, name of the company. Then we're going to circle back and talk taglines. So Christian, name of the company.
Leveler.
Leveler?
Leveler.
Leveler.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Leveler.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued by how you're going to expand on that with the tagline.
Me too.
So
come back to me.
Chad,
I have
what are
two.
you calling
Is that
this?
okay?
If you
I'll say
remember
both,
what happened when Christian over here tried to sneak in another one? It actually worked against him.
So this is called Rosa Stone.
Like Rosetta Stone?
Yeah, but Rosa because it's a mom.
All right, Christian.
A leveler. Communicate with your teens on their level.
Oh,
that's pretty long.
That took a nice
pretty long for a
heartwarming
tagline.
turn, though.
Yeah.
It took a nice heartwarming
Well,
turn.
because the whole point of this is communication is love, right? Especially it's
How about approach at their level or reach out?
or just speak. I like communicate because
speak their language.
I don't.
Connect.
Yeah, but what I want is like communication.
Get on the
I don't
same
want speak.
level.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, right? Yeah. Like I want them to be able to communicate, and because that's tied to their relationships, right? So if you're able to communicate with kids at their level and to their understanding, then you will be able to have a strong relationship with them. So the leveler idea is trying to like level where parents are at, where kids are at, and find the middle ground so that you can communicate with each other.
Bonus. How would you depict that on a billboard?
Yeah.
Images, words, you've got it all.
Well, I might as well use a leveler, right? And
like a level?
yeah, sorry, a level. Sorry. And have like parents on one side and the kids on the other side, and then have the little bean be right in the middle.
The little bean.
That's what is in the middle of the level, like that little
Oh,
bean,
the
bubble
the little
thing.
air bubble.
It's a
Yeah.
bubble.
Yeah, I call it a bean.
Call it
What?
a bean?
Yeah, where I'm from, we always call that the bean.
I think we've spent too much time with Christian.
All right, Chad.
Can we just talk about Rosa Stone and how clever that is? That's so clever.
I mean,
Okay. Rosa Stone.
Rosetta is also a name, but sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Rosetta?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a name.
I think that's the name of the little pig in Sing and Sing 2.
Oh, is it really?
That's
No, it's Rosa.
Yeah, okay.
And she's a mom. This is perfect. It's Rosa.
played
all
right
right,
into
all
his
right.
hands.
Carry on, Chad.
Anyways, what is the AI or the AI where is it okay Google? Okay Siri? What was that?
Yeah, for Siri, it's Hey Siri.
It used to be okay. Something's
yeah.
okay. Anyway, this one is called Okay Boomers. Because
I don't see okay boomer in your contact.
Oh!
We found out what it.
that's incredible. I don't know if the mics picked that up, but I said the slogan.
And then the iPad came on and said, Chad, that's a dumbass idea.
Siri heard it and answered it. Anyways, it's okay boomers because the boomers are trying to talk to.
Boomers don't
It's using AI.
boomers don't like to be called boomers.
It's reinventing the negative side of.
Yeah. Okay, boomers would be good if you're trying to talk to the teenagers. You're trying to talk to the parents. Parents don't like being called boomers.
It's not okay boomers. It's okay boomers. They're okay.
Like that boomers are okay?
Yeah,
or
the boomers are
okay.
okay.
Boomers.
Yeah, it's not like that. That's how it used to be. We're changing it here.
Oh, so you're not just branding an app. You want to transform the English language and what is insinuated when someone calls someone a boomer.
Isn't that what a pun is?
It's transforming the cultural lexicon.
Yeah. So
I almost named the company Mankind because mankind should have been my business.
that's the dumbest thing ever.
All right. In a world. Okay.
Just a little Christmas
points.
Carol humor for all of you.
There's nothing that resonates with our audience like Christmas Carol humor. All right. So, Chad, I really liked that yours had a level of sophistication.
It did.
Like a Rosetta Stone. Ooh, that's going to make people think. You're going to connect with the intellectuals out there. Don't know if those are the folks that are struggling to communicate. They're probably already finding some other solutions. I'm just saying, that's a smart crowd. That's a smart crowd
you think
that you're looking
the
at.
blue collars get done with their hard day of stapling to 8 hours a day, and they come home and they'll be like, I wonder what's on the Rosetta Stone. They have no idea what the Rosetta Stone is.
Now, yours is an educated group of people that you're marketing towards. Now,
I feel like the educated are the ones with the most familial disconnect.
really? Tell me more.
Get used to familial.
What?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just with a heightened intellect, there's a heightened level of pride and ego. And that ego can get in between. I mean, we know that relationships are severed primarily because of ego.
I mean, science has
And that's
proven
it.
that long ago.
That's my point, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going
He
with that,
makes
but
a
that
good
is
case.
a pretty good case.
No, Christian, he does make a good case that the ones that need to connect with their kids the most are probably those ones that feel like they're better than their kids. They are disconnected from their kids. So I'm granting you were sinking fast.
Christian,
and then
you have a great
totally
relationship.
redeemed.
Christian, you have a great relationship with your kids.
And you have no education.
It's because you're an idiot. It's because you're stupid.
Educated, they know how to communicate with their kids. They just refuse to, right? So you're trying to get past their pride and getting them to adopt a product via their pride, not via their capability. Okay. You want a product that can unlock their capability, not reduce their pride, because heaven knows that's a battle we've all been fighting for a long time, and I don't think Rosetta Stone's going to do it. So at level, we're going to speak to both adults and kids at their level, and we're going to bring them to a common meeting ground, okay? We're not going to try to change who they are. We're going to try to enable them by providing them tools that will be able to allow them to enrich their relationship at a deeper level.
He lost the thread.
I don't know if I did.
I'm giving Christian -2 points on that one because I just felt like you were talking down to me the whole time.
Yeah, I kind of was.
Like that one, you were totally talking
You know what
down
I
to
could
me.
use? I could use leveler.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone even knows what.
It doesn't help you level up. It helps you level down.
Because kids, what do they want? They want to level up. They want to, like parents, they want to connect.
See, that's a misconception, though. You want to meet in the middle.
Like what? The bean?
Like a level, it doesn't always go up. It doesn't always go down. It's to keep things straight and find the middle ground.
First of all, you were talking down to me, and I don't even think you know what a level is. So
I definitely know what a level is.
So Chad wins that round. He gets.
That's
he
all
gets-
3 rounds.
So no. Let's see. You got the first one. Christian came in with the second one
No.
because of his description
I won the second.
of the one that you were describing, the taloned hand. Remember, he
You
was
gave,
describing the
but
taloned
you said
hand.
that Google isn't evil. That's the correct
No,
answer.
I said you technically got the answer right, but he used a better visual, so I actually gave him more points.
I didn't know that.
But don't worry, you got the tiebreaker. So this week's amazing marketer is Chad Zollinger. And our second place, and interestingly enough, last place marketer is Christian Jones. Well done to both of you. I think
For anyone who listens to this that has actually just a toe dipped into the pool of sanity, I'd love for you to jump in here and actually speak some reason to these idiots and tell them why I actually deserve to win.
all right. I'm just saying that's not going to help your case next time because your negative points, they carry over.
You know what?
So
Carry over.
thanks so much, everybody, for joining. And thanks to Chad and Christian. You guys killed it. Like, seriously, thanks for hanging out with me and having a good time. For everyone else that watched, my condolences. And we'll see you next time on The Snowball Effect.